Bob?
Yeah, I'm still here. Okay, well then a follow-up would be another obvious distinguishing characteristic that you bring compared to some of your rivals is your gender. And how has that been a factor for you growing up? And do you think that's an important thing that voters need to weigh in this race, or irrelevant in some sense?
I think it's somewhere in between. I think it's both important because it's been a long time that women have been trying to get equal representation, both in the private sector, in professional jobs, on business boards, and in government. Politics, particularly in Massachusetts, has been a tough area for women to break into. One of my theories on that is that politics in Massachusetts is a blood sport, and it gets a lot of talent. And here you have to wait your turn. We don't have a lot of changeover. Incumbency is strong, and unless there's an opening, people don't have a chance to move up, and women have been behind in line. And so, but we've made some changes. We have, you can look in Massachusetts and see our Senate President, the head of our Supreme Court. You can look around and see a lot of changes. So I've been the beneficiary of growing up in a time where women were encouraged to get educated, to take part, to run for office, to do all these jobs. We've had a lot of support from women around it. There are issues that are specific to women, and they include healthcare issues, whether it's breast cancer or having kids. And there are a lot of issues that women care about that everybody should care about. Educating our kids and making sure everybody has health care, and making sure that we spend money on education and what we want to be a civilized society, and make sure we don't waste money. And I think that women have been very good when they've been elected about focusing those interests. That's what a representative democracy is about. So I bring that in my interest in making sure that women are at the table and have a fair voice at the table. But I also think I bring a set of skills and a set of interests that everybody benefit from. And I say this with pride. When I graduated from law school, my dad gave me a plaque that said, "Sometimes the best man for the job is a woman." And that's how I ran for DA, and that's why I got elected, I believe. But I can tell you, as DA, there were cases around child abuse and domestic violence that I perhaps had a specific ability to understand. This is about being empathetic and being sympathetic. And the more people you have at the table who really feel what people who've been through those circumstances have, I think the better results we get for government and for what government does and how we spend our money. So I am looking forward to being the first female senator, and I expect people to be excited about that. They are, but mostly my support comes from people who think that I will do a great job in that, and that's what I'm most proud of.
See, my own reaction would have been that T-shirt slogan, which says something like, "For a woman to succeed in the same job, she has to be twice as smart as the man." But fortunately, that's not difficult or something. But I accept that might not be the most.
Well, I will tell you, I was not on the first wave of women professionals, but certainly in the second wave, where we were often the only woman in the courtroom. And you learn to figure out which battles you have to fight and which ones you move on. And in the end, having a lot of women having a tipping point or a critical mass of women making decisions, as I think we are getting to, has made a big, big difference. Initially in courts, it could be men would come in and they'd presume to be competent. You still had to prove yourself. But I believe that women have done that and continue to. And once you have proven yourself, then maybe you have some advantages if people think that there's room and there's time now for more diversity in what we decide.